the story of King Midas and the golden touch. So who can tell me what is the genre of this story?
Myths.
Yes?
Myth.
Myth. Okay, so the genre of this story is myth. Who can remind me? What does it mean, myth? Huh?
I know.
I know.
Yes, Julie.
Are tales handed down by word of mouth for generations. They tell about nature and human behavior. As you read, notice that the author points out how the king's
Okay,
behavior.
that's enough. Thank you so much. So who can explain for me what does it mean myth without looking to the book? What does it mean myth? Explain it with your own words.
Myth, like it tells you about the behavior human and like humans behavior.
Excellent. And usually is it written or it's come from my mother, my grandmother to mother and then to me?
Generations.
Yes, excellent. So the thing about myth, my girls, that people have this story from generation past to another generation, from the grandmother to the grandmother to the grandmother to the mother to the children. So usually they tell it as tales and stories to the children so they can have some morals of this story and to understand some lesson of this story. So this is the meaning of myth. Who is the author of this story? No?
Illustrated by K.Y. Crafts.
No, illustrated means that the drawings, it was by this
By Charlotte.
Charlotte what?
Craft.
So we have the author, Charlotte Craft, and the genre is myth. So let's go ahead right now and to check it together and to see. Just a second. So let's go ahead right now to check.
Yes, I want to read
the story together. Just a second, my girls. So this is the story of King Midas and the Golden Touch. It's written by Charlotte Craft and illustrated by K.Y. Craft. And the genre of this story is myth. And the question of the week is how can we learn from the results of our actions? This is the question that we have to focus about. But before we go, who can tell me, you see a king right here and a little child right here. What do you think? Who do you think this girl is?
his daughter.
And she's given him a flower. Why she's given him a flower? What do you think? What she need or what she wants?
Maybe she wants to show him because he likes rose.
He likes the rose. Maybe she wants to show him what also? That she cares about him and she loves him, maybe. Huh? So let's see. This king, it sounds like a very important and wealthy king, and he has a daughter. Maybe he loves her so much. You see how he looks to her in a pride look, and also in a nice look that he has affection to this girl as his daughter, and she looks to him with a kind eyes also that she give him this flower. Maybe she offer him this flower because she needs his compassion and his love, and she cares so much about her father. Let's see together what is the story is about, but before that, let's go and watch this video together.
How can we learn from the results of our actions? Think about some of the mistakes you've made. Maybe you let your dog off its leash, or missed the school bus, or messed up playing a game. Each of these is a result of previous actions that went awry. It can be difficult to predict the exact outcome of each of our actions. Sometimes an action results in an unforeseen outcome. If you accidentally let your dog off its leash and it jumped up on a stranger, well, that would be an outcome that you might not have expected. And if the stranger didn't like your dog, well, there could be very negative repercussions. The same kinds of unexpected things happen to scientists, such as geologists. Sometimes their fieldwork unearths very rare specimens. Some of these finds prove to be very valuable indeed. This week, you will learn that our actions can result in mistakes. winning or losing competitions, and unforeseen outcomes. How do you think we can learn from the results of our actions?
Okay, my girls, during this lesson, we are going to focus about this question and we are going to focus about our actions in the real life because sometimes your actions can give you bad consequences in your life or sometimes positive consequences. It depends on your action. So that's why before you do anything in life, you have to think about it. You have to think about the results that might come over that action and to do a better action the next time. So let's go ahead right now and see what is the story of King Midas and what's the action that he did and what is the result of his actions and how it affected his life. Flip the page and we will start reading. Today you are going to read the story by yourself. Who would like to start?
Me, Aman.
Feroz.
It's me, Maria, please.
Okay, let's start with Amal.
Feroz.
He shouted so loud that
It's
I
me,
felt
Maria,
scared.
Maria after Amal.
Okay, Amal and then Fairuz and then Maria and then we will pick another one. Let's go for Amal first.
There once lived a very rich king called Midas, who believed that nothing was more precious than gold. He loved its soft yellow hue, comforting weight in the palm
In the
of
palm,
his
palm.
hand.
The L here is silent. In the palm of his
In the
hand.
palm of his hand. The chink of gold coins dropped into a purse,
A leather purse.
a leather purse sounded sweeter to him than the songs of his finest
Musicians.
musicians. There was only one thing that Midas loved more, and that was his daughter Arla,
Aurelia. Aurelia.
Aurelia. Aurelia, he often told her as she played by the throne, someday I shall bestow to you the greatest treasury of gold in all the world. There had been a time, however, when King Midas loved roses as much as he now loved gold.
As he now loved gold. Now,
As he
no.
now loved gold. He had once called together the best gardeners his realm, and the garden they created for him became
Renowned.
renowned for the beauty and of its
Variety, not variety. Variety.
variety of its roses.
Excellent. That's enough, ya Amal. We'll stop right here. So this is the first part of the story. Let's go and complete with Fairuz. Hi, Fairuz. But in time, Fairuz, are you there? Fairuz. She can't hear me. I will go for Maria. Yalla ya Maria.
Yes, miss. Yeah.
Are you sleepy or what?
No, it wouldn't let me unmute.
Okay, yalla, it's your turn right now. You will complete from here. But in time, the delicate fragrance.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
You have the book? Do you have the book?
Yeah,
Okay, open the
I
page
have it.
378 and
I
complete from
opened it.
here. But in time,
But in time, delicate fragrances
mhm,
and exquisite color meant nothing to Midas.
Midas,
Only
Midas.
our Midas.
Mhm.
Only Aurelia still loved the garden. Every day she would pick a bouquet of most perfect roses to adorn the king's breakfast table. But when Midas saw the flowers, he would think their beauty lasts but a day. If they were gold, it would last forever. One day, the king's guards found an old man asleep under the rose bushes and brought the Kim before King Midas un, unbind, unbind him.
Unbind
Midas
him.
or
Unbind him. And now change your voice.
unbind
The
them.
king is talking.
Unbind,
Unbind him, Midas ordered.
unbind him, Midas ordered. Without my gold, I will be as poor as he. Tonight he shall dine with me. So that night the old man sat at the king's table where he was well fed and entertained by the king himself. And after a good night's sleep, the old man went on his way.
Excellent.
Miss, can I after? Said me after Pharaoh's.
Nadia is after Fairuz, and then we will pick another person.
Me, Jenna, please.
Okay.
Me, Tala.
Let's go for the next page. Yeah, Fairuz. That morning, as he often.
That morning, as he often did, Midas went down into his dungeon. With a large brass key, he unlocked the door to the secret chamber where he kept his gold. After carefully locking the door behind him, he sat down to admire his precious wealth. Ah, I do love it so, he sighed, gazing at his riches. No matter how hard I work, no matter how long I live, I will never have enough. He was lost in these thoughts when the chamber suddenly filled with light. King Midas looked up and was amazed to behold the glowing figure of a young man. Since there was no way into the room but through the locked door, Midas knew that he was in the presence of magic. Did you not recognize me, friend? Midas shook his head. The mysterious stranger smiled at him, and it seemed that all the gold in the dungeon glittered even brighter.
Excellent. That's enough, Maria. Thank you so much. After Maria, I will pick
Me, Jenna.
Mariana.
Me, Jenna, me, Jenna.
I will pick Mariana, and then Tina, and then Tala. Okay?
Okay.
Yalla, Mariana. Are you there, Mariana? Is your mic working? Mariana, can you hear me? Okay, let's go for Tina. Tina, are you there, Tina?
Yes.
Tina, yeah. Let's start from here. I am the old man from the rose garden.
I am the old man from the rose garden. Instead of punishing me from trespassing, you entertained me at your table. I had thought to reward you for your kindness, but with so much gold, you must surely want for nothing. That's not true, cried Midas. A man, a man can a man can never have enough gold. The stranger's smile bored, bored,
Broadened.
broadened. Well then, what would make you happier, man? Midas thought for only a moment. Phrase,
Perhaps.
perhaps, if everything I touched would turn gold, he said.
Okay, excellent. So right now we have the first part of the story. The first part of the story talked about a man. Once there was a man, he was a king, and he was very famous and nice king. His name is King Midas. Now, King Midas, when he started his kingdom, what he cared about the most was the beautiness. So he started a garden, and in this garden he put all kind of roses and tulips and jasmine and all kind of nice and smelly roses in that garden. But after a while, he realized that the more he has wealth and the more he has authority in his kingdom, that actually what he needs in life, it wasn't roses and gardens, because he realized that after a while, if I pick some roses from the garden, they will what? They will wilt and die after a while. They don't last forever. They last for a day or 2 days perhaps, and then after that they wilt. So he thought to himself, now because I have so much money, why should I spend it on only roses while the roses will, yes, they have a beauty, but it wouldn't last for a long time. It will last for several days and then it will die. What is the point of having roses? So instead of that, he decided to have all the wealth and to buy gold with it and to have more gold. The more gold he has, the more that he become eager to have more and more and more. And not only this, but he had a big chamber, and this chamber he make it as a dungeon, and he make it in the basement of his palace, so no one can reach it but him. So he put it in the what? In the big chamber, and all of this chamber has all kind of gold and jewelry and stuff, and all of them made of gold. Now, one thing that he maybe loved it more than gold, which is what? His daughter Aurelia. Aurelia was his precious daughter, his only daughter. He loved her so much that he said that you can play whenever you like with me, and even to come to my throne and to sit on my chair, it's fine by me, because he loved his small daughter so much. But his daughter said to him, why don't you play in the garden anymore? Why don't we go to the garden anymore and pick the flowers and to have the smelly flowers around us and to have the dinner around the flowers? He said, no, the flowers only last for 1 day, but gold lasts forever. So we should have more gold, not more roses. But he don't mind for his daughter Aurelia to go there and to play in there. One day, what happened? He was about to have his dinner, and suddenly they found a man. They found a man at the garden near of his palace. This man, he entered, he was a poor man, poor old man, and he entered the place without permission. And he was what? He was at the garden near of his house. Now, when the guardians and the security they found this person, they brought him to the king tied. They bind him and tied him and brought him to the king. He said, who is this? Unbind him. Why you are tying him right like this? They said, we found him outside. He said, if I was a poor man like him, I would come and try to eat with other people. The only difference between me and him, that I have some gold. So please bring the man, untied him, and bring him here to have a dinner with me. Not only this, he brought all kind of dinner and food for that man and make him what? And make him so happy to have a fine meal with him. Not only this, but he brought the musicians and he brought his own guitar and he played for this old man, as you can see in the picture right here. You see, the king himself is entertaining the old man by playing for him some music. And the man was so happy and entertained that he said, thank you, my king, bless you, thank you so much. And the king let him go with a fine meal after he was so happy. Then after all the people went to sleep, the king, of course, don't go to sleep. He every night go to his chamber in the dungeons to check on his gold and to please his eyes with all the golds that he has. He closed all the door behind him and he went to the chamber in there just to stare to the golds and touch them and feel them and feel the glitter and see the glittering of the gold. In the meanwhile, suddenly he found what? A presence of a light. That light blinded him. But suddenly, when he stared a little bit, he found there's a man, a young man comes out of this light. He he looked around and he found all the doors are locked. So how the man came in here? He knew that this man might be an angel or a ghost or some type of magic. He said, who are you? Said, don't you know me? I am the old man that you entertained today. I'm here to give you a prize and a reward instead of all the good things that you made for me. I am thankful for you. That's why I will give you your wish to come true. But what I can see that you like the gold so much. What else that you like more than gold? The man said, no, I don't like anything else but gold. The more I have gold, I want to have more and more gold. Give me more gold. He said, No, you have enough already. So I don't think that I can give you anything. The king said, wait, 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 please, I need something. Maybe I need, if I can touch everything and it becomes gold, that would be so precious to my heart and so lovely that I would like this wish. Can you make it for me? And the man, of course, would, what do you think right now? Would the man help him to make this wish true? Or
Yes.
he will
Miss,
make it? Uh,
Miss, can I tell you something?
yes, Jana,
I have heard of this story.
you heard it before?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, but don't say the end, okay? Keep it in your mind. Okay, now the
Okay.
young man,
Don't make a spoiler.
yeah,
Sorry,
that becomes a
sorry.
spoiler for us. Now the man wanted to give the king his wish. Let's see what happened next. I will complete with Tala. Hiya, Tala. After Tala, I will pick Tulin, and
Please,
then after
like,
Tulin, Jana, and then after Jana, Juri. Okay? Yalla ya Tala. Completing the next page 382.
okay. That is your wish? Yes, for then. It would always be at my fingertips, Midas assured him. Think carefully, my friend, cautioned the visitor. Yes, replied Midas. The golden touch would bring me all the happiness I need, and so it shall be yours. With that, the mysterious figure became brighter and brighter until the light became so intense that Midas had to close his eyes. When he opened them, he was alone once again. Had the enchantment worked? Had the enchantment worked? Midas agreeably
Eagerly.
eagerly rubbed the great brass door key, but was greatly disappointed. There was no gold in his hands. Bewildered, he looked around the damp room and wondered if perhaps he had been dreaming.
Excellent, Tala. That's
But
enough. Let's go for Tulin. Okay,
okay,
Tulin. But when King Midas, Tulin, do you have the mic or no? Tulin, I can't hear you if you are speaking. Tulin, your voice is not there. I can't hear anything, sweetie. But can you remove the headphone and speak without it? Maybe the sound would be better. Try. Yes, Tulin, can you speak? Okay, I think there's a problem in your audio. So I will go for Jana for now and try to fix it for the next time, Tulin, please. Okay. I will go for Jana. Hiya, Jana.
Okay.
But when King Midas,
But when King Midas awoke the next day, he found his bedchamber bathed in golden light, glistening in the morning sun. The plain lined bed covers had been transformed into finely spun gold. Jumping out of bed, he gasped with astono- astonishment.
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 Mhm.
The bedpost turned to gold as soon as he touched it. It's true, he cried. I have the golden touch. Midas pulled on his clothes. He was thrilled to find himself wearing a handsome suit of gold. Never mind that it was a bit heavy. He slid his speechless
spectacles, spectacles. Mhm.
spectacles into his nose. To his delight,
Mhm.
they too turned to gold. Never mind that he couldn't see through them. With a gift as great as this, he thought no inconvenience could be too great.
Excellent job. Yeah, Jana, thank you so much. So now this is the picture of the the King Midas after he had the golden touch. Now, when he went outside of that chamber, and the young man said, "Your wish shall become true." And then the light became lighter, 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 and more brighter until he left that room. Now the king wanted to touch the door, but he found that when he touched the door of the dungeon, it didn't change to become gold. He becomes so disappointed, like, wow, I just talked to this man for half an hour and nothing happened. It was just a waste of time. Let me just go to sleep. So he went to sleep. And the next day, when he woke up, he found everything was glowing and there was a bright light around him. What's going on? He tried to wake up and suddenly he touched the bed and the bed became gold. He tried to wake up and to touch the blanket to remove it away, and he found that the blanket became gold. And then he tried to touch his body. Suddenly, his old clothes become so what? So all of it was gold, and he couldn't move because it was so heavy. When you wear something gold, you know that the gold has weight. So the man now is wearing a whole suit and whole pajama out of what? Out of gold. But he didn't mind it because he said, wow, it's really happening. It's really become true. Wow, now the blanket become gold. Now the bed become gold. And my clothes become gold. At that time, he didn't focus about anything else but what he wanted. What he wanted was more gold. And he didn't mind that the suit and the clothes that he's wearing is more heavy right now. And he didn't mind that the bed now because it's not softer anymore. It's not soft anymore and it becomes so hard because it's gold. And he didn't mind the glowing and the light of all of this bright gold because this is what he wanted in the first place. Now, Midas pulled on his clothes. He was thrilled to find himself wearing a handsome suit of gold. Never mind that it was a bit heavy. He set his spectacles onto his nose. To his delight, they too turned to gold. He wanted to put the eyeglasses that he has to put it on his nose to see the things around him. But when he touched it with his hand, what happened? It too became gold. So he put it in front of his eyes so he couldn't watch anything because it was gold, not glasses. But he didn't mind it also. Why? Because he said it's okay that if I don't see with it also with those glasses, but anyway, they are gold. So I can have and accumulate more wealth with all of this gold. Now I don't have only coins, I have bed, I have suit, I have glasses of gold, so I have more wealth. This is what I wanted. Do you think now, before we complete the story next time, do you think that he will be delighted and happy to have all of this gold? Or what will happen? What do you
No,
think?
because people don't get happy with the things they get. I mean, like they
Like,
get happy, but maybe he's not going to be as happy when he lived the thing.
mhm,
Just like when we went to online school,
mhm.
we were like happy at the beginning, but then when we realized like what is it like to be homeschooled, it isn't that
Well, I like
not
your
that.
idea and how you reflect it in life. Yeah, Tala. Thank you so much. Tala is saying that maybe right now, as the first moment, he will
Yeah,
feel
at the
thrilled and happy.
beginning, like Tyler said, at the beginning he will get happy, but at the end, no, he will get
Yeah,
sad.
because he's going to be like happy for like, oh my god, I got my dream and stuff. But then it's going to be really boring after that because like it gets boring.
Yeah, because he have everything he got. So what is the thrilling about that? Now you don't have to work anymore or to go to find the enjoyment of life itself.
There isn't going to be anything. exciting. So like, he's going to just sit on his stuff that are gold, and that's all. What is
Okay,
he going to do?
this I like this analytics that you made about the story. This is the point of view of Tala. What about the rest of you? What do you think will happen next? Huh? Any ideas?
Mine was this idea.
Yes, Mariana? Or who's talking? Maria, or who's talking? Huh? Tell me.
I mean, it's me, Jenna. I
Yes,
said
Jana.
like I know I'm not going to talk because I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, don't be a spoiler, please. So, any other ideas? What do you think will happen to this man? Would he be happy, or something else will happen? Maybe something will happen later. Remember that this story, because it's myth and we have characters, then there will be a plot. Now he is having the gold, and maybe later on he will face a problem. Let's see what kind of a problem later on he will face and how is going to solve it until we reach the end of the story. Okay? So remember that every time you have fiction or myth or fairy tale, you will have a plot and characters. So they will face some type of a problem. I don't know what type of a problem he will face. Maybe as Tala said that he will not be so happy and he will be bored after a while, or maybe something else. This is what we are going to learn inshallah in next Wednesday. I hope to see you inshallah on time. Until then, stay safe and be okay, my girls. Love you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.